Welcome. I'm Alexis, and you are listening to Ria Talk, the official podcast of the Marrying Kind Inc., where we always keep it real regarding love, family, and relationships with a biblical perspective. And here's your host, Maria.
Hello, everybody.
So I was just, we've talked several times about relationships, and, relationships have ebbs and flows. And I just kind of wanted to talk about that ebb and flow. You know, it seems like when you're in a long-term relationship or a marriage, there's these moments where you fall in and out of love. And I just kind of wanted to talk to you about what is that? How do you survive that? And is it worth it?
I think it's worth it. I know it is worth it. When you can find someone to walk through life with, every stage of life. I often have heard people say, we have a sunrise, and then we have a middle part to our lives, and then we have a sunset. Mm-hmm. And at some point during your sunrise stage, you're going to find a partner if you are blessed, and you are blessed. I always say everybody is the marrying kind if you want to be.
Right.
It's a choice that we make. Mm-hmm. And so I think marriage is worth it. When you're not feeling that person anymore, to work on it is worth it.
But tell me a little bit about what is this falling in and out of love? I guess it's not a phenomenon, but falling in and out of love kind of issue.
It's just a different way of saying it, and some people can find some other cool ways to say it. And if you think of any other cool ways, I'm not feeling you, it's not working anymore, I'm not happy.
Okay.
All these phrases, anything else, because sometimes people come up with the most creative way to express themselves. Mm-hmm. When you start feeling some kind of way, mm-hmm. not good, mm-hmm. about your marriage, mm-hmm. you can't run for the courthouse to get a divorce. You can, but it is not the best way. Mm-hmm. Because also when you're quick to get a divorce, mm-hmm. that means you're quick to let almost everything in your life go easily without working on it. It's the problem of our society. We want quick it's about being satisfied quick. Mm-hmm. And we want instant gratification. We want quick food. We want to eat fast food all the time. Very few people sit down to a home cooked meal, mm-hmm. and they actually cook it. Because we want instant gratification. Oh, she's not making me happy anymore. He's not making me happy anymore. Well, you bring the happy, and you make yourself happy. Bring it to the family with you, and you can make everybody whose life you touch happy, including your husband or your wife.
Well, see, it's kind of like throwing the baby out with the bathwater. You get all upset, and then you're just ready to wash your hands of the whole relationship, of the whole marriage, by going to get a divorce so quickly. But it brings me to a good point that you had said, or just in general, it just brings me to a good point. How does someone survive that? How does a person survive that when you're in the low part?
You mean when you're not feeling
when I'm not feeling you? So my husband's not feeling me right now, and that
How about you? Make it personal to you. I tell you,
I'm feeling him.
I'm tell you one thing I would be happy to share. Everybody goes through that stage. Right. I go through that stage, and every married person, unless they're lying, have felt that, I'm in love, but I'm not. I love him, but I'm not in love with him.
Exactly.
Or I love
her.
How
do you
but
survive that?
You just stay. In my first book called "I Am the Marrying Kind," mm-hmm. There's a chapter called "Hide the Guns," mm-hmm. and it was based on a conversation I had with the mother of my church. Her name was Mom Rimmons. And I was talking to her because she was celebrating, I think, like 65 years of marriage. And I said to Mom Rimmon, Mom Rimmon, how did you stay married for so long? She said, baby, listen to me. Mm-hmm. Hide the guns. I got so tickled. And I realize now, but I thought about it so many times over the years. God bless her and Paul Remmons. They're now deceased. But now I realize what she said. Even at that time, I thought I understood what she meant. But I really understand what she means. What really hide the guns means is that it's going to come a time when you don't like each other. Mm-hmm. But you have to think about when you're in that stage and you don't like that person at that moment, you may have to revisit what made you like him in the beginning. What did you like about that person? Mm-hmm. And just hold on. Think about the things that you value in being married. Like, you like his family.
Okay.
You like that he's a good father. You like the fact that he's a good provider, his portion to the family. He works consistently and he brings the money home to the family. There are good parts to him. Okay, maybe he's not listening to you. Maybe he's not taking care of the child with you as much as he should. And not saying that his behavior is right.
Right.
But before you want to say, I'm just tired, I'm not happy, we're not spending time together.
Right.
Maybe you can come see me for consulting. And I can give you strategies and tips to get that love and feeling again. But marriage is not all about feelings. It's about commitment, that big C word, to just say, we're married and we're going to stay together. I'm not like it. I know as a parent, I have had moments when I didn't like my children because of their behavior, but I loved them all the time. Mm-hmm. I've never once even imagined not loving my children. It's kind of like marriage too. You may not like that person. That's really what you're saying often when you say, I'm not feeling this person, or I'm not in love with them. You're probably really not liking that person because of their behavior. Or many behaviors towards you. They've let you down. They've disappointed you. They're big liars. Whatever. But you love that person all the time. Mm-hmm. And you got to remember that. The love is still there. Because one thing I truly believe, once you love somebody, you never stop loving them. Mm-hmm. Love is like water or fire. It may change how you use it. Or how it presents itself. It can like water. It can present itself as a liquid. It can present itself as ice, a hot bath, a cold bath, in different forms. But it's still water. Mm-hmm. Even love, it changes. It's the way it presents itself, but the love is still there.
Yeah, because I know a lot of people. People that are going through this. Sometimes they're like, "Is this it? Is this what I have to live with? Or this is what I'm supposed to live with the rest of my life? I'm not happy. We're not vibing."
Well, the way I look at it, when somebody's like, is this it? Yes. Let's say, yep. Mm-hmm.
See, I think when you get to that point, and by no means am I a relationship counselor or consultant, but what I think is maybe you should have goals for the family and the goals for you and your couple, you and your spouse as a couple. Maybe that would help you come out of that. What do you think?
Yeah, sometimes when people say, is this it? They're thinking someone else is supposed to make them happy. You think your spouse is supposed to make you happy. Mm-hmm. If you're supposed to make you happy. If you're not happy, it's your problem. Go out and make yourself happy. What makes you happy? See, some people I'm not happy. You know what makes me happy sometimes? When I go to a comedy show or when I watch comedy on TV, when I see the sun comes out.
What if what's making you happy and what you're missing is that desire, that your partner is not making you feel desired?
Well, make yourself feel desired. See, it's all of what's in your head. When you mean desire, you mean sexually attractive?
I'm just saying, like, yeah, maybe sexually attractive or just being wanted. Like, I don't feel like this person is wanting me.
He may not want you. Mm-hmm. He may not want you at that moment. Want yourself. You got to look in that mirror and say, girl, you look good. Because you got to look in that mirror and say, you know what? I want myself. I love me. Mm-hmm. I am a valuable person. I'm compassionate. I'm loving. I'm smart. I'm creative. I'm a giver. I'm empathic. There's so many good things about you. Stop waiting for someone else to make you feel good about you. Make yourself feel good about you because, of course, you've been with yourself from the day you were born. Mm-hmm.
Because that's what I'm saying. I was just trying to say that maybe some people, while they're feeling like they're not feeling this person anymore, is because in the beginning it was all hugs and kisses and you're beautiful, and they just wanted to be around you. And then as the years have gone by, they barely speak. You know, if they're talking, it's about the kids.
For one thing, you have to be friends with your partner or with your spouse. When I say partner, I'm talking about spouse, husband and wife.
Right.
You should endeavor to keep the friendship going. Mm-hmm. Don't wait so far in between where you're not speaking. Okay, you mad for the day and you're not saying, and maybe you do need that time out, quietness. Because if you're going to be ugly because you guys just had a fight, you need to be quiet because you may say something that you may hurt that person's feeling and you regret it later.
No, but I'm saying like the day-to-day conversation. So I'm not mad at him. He's not mad at me. But the day-to-day conversation surrounds the children and what we need to do for the children. And we're missing that us in that.
The thing is, right, the Bible said, for this cause should a man leave his mother and father and cleave. That means attach yourself to your wife, mm-hmm. and hold on to your wife. Now, if the conversation is just about the children, you can rekindle that by having date nights with your spouse, writing love letters to your spouse, taking a picture of your spouse, put it on your phone. Your spouse can look and see that he matters to you, that he's on your phone. Think of ways and talk to that person. Talk to your spouse and tell him, I'm feeling this kind of way. I don't expect you to make me happy. I want to share my happiness with you as a friend. Let's do some of the things we did when I first met you, when I liked you because you were funny. Let's go and spend. Usually it means that the spouses are not spending enough time with each other. And we do know the sex is important too, but sex is not everything. That's another thing that our world is, and here in America specifically, we're so shallow, we're so surface, but Christians shouldn't be that way. Mm-hmm. We shouldn't be focused. Yeah, the sex is going to get common. Anything. You eat fried chicken, you're going to get used to it, but I still like fried chicken. I've been eating fried chicken all my life, and I still like it. But sometimes I get tired of fried chicken, so I kind of mix it up a little bit and have my baked chicken cacciatore, chicken, some other kind of way, chicken soup.
Right.
All right. There you go.
Right. Okay, so I get what you're saying. And then I had asked you, I said, what is it? Is it worth it? And you said it's definitely worth it. How do you get through it? And then why does this happen? Why does this happen in long-term relationships that you fall in and out of love?
Because it's just natural. It's not falling in and out of love. People, there's a new thing I've heard my son say, and he was the first time I heard him use this phrase, but I've heard about 3 to 5 years now. I'm feeling some kind of way. Many times we as humans, it's difficult to articulate our emotions. Mm-hmm. Usually when he explained it to me, when you're feeling some kind of way, it's negative. It's not a good thing, but you're feeling some kind of way. Mm-hmm. But that's human nature. You know, like when you say I'm keep falling in love is not the problem. It's when you're falling out of love.
Exactly.
When you feel like that means that sexual fires, that lust. See, that was when you first met somebody. And it's kind of like I said about the chicken, or even ice cream, your favorite anything. Mm-hmm. You know, a person that drives a Jaguar, when you first buy that Jaguar, you love that car, you love it. But in 7 years from then, you're like, time to trade this car in. We're having some problems. You know, but humans are not cars, so you can't totally analogize it. But I'm just saying you get used to it. You look at that car and you pay initially $70,000 for that car, mm-hmm. but 7 years after owning that car, you're not feeling it anymore. You want you a new Jaguar, a new Beamer, Maserati, whatever.
So it's just natural.
It's just a natural stage. It's stuff for humans. Mm-hmm. We can, like I said, you can only analogize humans to inanimate objects or to objects, because God has made us higher than everything. He's made us with, he said, let us in Genesis make man after our own image. God has made us supremely after his own image. So when you're not feeling that loving feeling, love is a choice. Love is an action word. Maybe you need to start acting like you love somebody.
Okay.
And to behave lovingly around 1 Corinthians 13 chapter. And I don't know the exact verse. Read the whole chapter. And it talks about what love is. Like people say, I want to know what love is. Part of the problem, sometimes when you get with a person or you marry somebody, because you weren't loved oftentimes, many people don't know what love is.
That's the truth. And
so you have to learn what love is. And once you learn what love is, you start behaving in a loving way. I said, like you say, faith it till you make it. If you behave in a certain way so long, that you will become. You are what you do all the time. Your habits are you. If you love your wife, treat her gently. If you love your husband, treat him gently. Think about him. Go and buy him a gift every now and then. I'm going to buy him a piece of chocolate candy with some nuts in it. That'll remind him of me. How did you like it, baby? Did it taste good to you? Yes. And yes. And he can buy you something too. I don't know. Use your creativity.
So just to sum things up. So basically, falling in and out of love, it's just a term, but it can be used for I'm not feeling them. I'm feeling a certain type of way. And it's a natural thing. We all go through it. We all go through these cycles of peaks and valleys. And you said it's definitely worth it to fight it out. Don't give up so easily. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up this week, guys. You can follow us on our Instagram page at I Am The Marian Kind, or our Facebook page, The Marian Kind Inc. And you can also start listening to these podcasts and we're available at the Apple iTunes store under podcasts, and we're also available on Google Play Music under podcasts. And that's going to be it. This is Ria Talk, where we always keep it real in regards to love, families, and relationships with a biblical perspective. And we'll catch you next week.